This podcast is a part of the Royal We Network.
Spit on me.
I forgot.
You'd forgotten.
Well, that's not even. Okay. How did we forget that last episode?
I don't know.
Okay, well, let's get right into it then. I'm Sam.
I'm Nate.
Welcome to another episode of the Royal We.
Yep.
What we normally do is we take headlines and we read them.
Yeah.
And then we laugh about them.
Yeah.
And hopefully you do too.
And conjecture-based podcast.
I mean, honestly, I had no idea if anyone laughs.
They might listen out of sheer hate.
Just anger.
Just sharpening their knives.
That's the problem with podcasting. Like if you're a comedian or something, you're on a stage, there's like a feedback.
But yeah, somebody can go, boo.
Boo. I was saying boo earns. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
What we normally do is we take headlines. I think I said that.
Yeah.
If you want to send us headlines, and you should, you guys can do that at RoyalWeCast on Gmail or RoyalWeCast@gmail.com. No, RoyalWeCast at Twitter, RoyalWeCast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, we found some next level stuff. So if you guys are a long-time listener, first time, long time.
First time, long time.
The phones have been open for fucking years now.
This telethon's been rolling.
No one's calling in. I think the episode was 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago, almost.
Legend of Slimer at Halloween. We had our boys Sonic the Brain Dog. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Sean. If you still listen.
It's one of my favorite episodes.
It's fucking funny
because the layers of nonsense that get peeled back in that.
There's a man out there in the history world.
Yep.
Called Tarar. And he had this ridiculous problem or body or something was going on with him where he was insatiable.
Yeah.
The man could eat.
And we discovered him because we were trying to figure out, like, it started with all the ghosts we were talking about in...
I believe Kat, friend of the show, linked us to this.
Yeah. And it was all the ghosts and Ghostbusters, and like it would cut to like what they kind of, they kind of resembled what they used to be.
Right.
And we're like, well, what the hell's Slimer?
Right,
like,
exactly. I think that's what we were talking about. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. Go back and listen to that. Legend of Slimer. It's a good one. It's one of our favorites. Mm-hmm. A Royal We Pick.
Pick.
This is one that I think Nate just stumbled across. This is a man named Charles Domery. 1778 to after 1800. So like the history is a little, they don't really know.
He lived sometime.
Was a Polish soldier serving in the Prussian and French armies. He was noted for his unusually large appetite, which is why we're talking about him here today.
Yeah, this is the Royal We spotlight because this guy's name came up beside Tarar's in something I stumbled across the other day, and they're the only two documented cases in history of this level of. It's not the fact that he had an appetite, because there's people now, like if you watch like professional eaters and
on
stuff,
YouTube.
Yeah, just get on YouTube and look up what's it, Molly Schuyler or whatever.
Yeah, or Matt Stoney.
Yeah, and watch how these people. But the thing is,
LA Beast, that fucking lunatic.
He's all crazy, man. But they get on, they eat crazy amounts of food really fast. But the thing about this is these people were so insatiable that
they would eat anything.
Yeah.
Well, voraciously hungry during his time in the French service that he ate any available food. While stationed in Paris, he recorded as having eaten 174 cats in a year. And although he disliked vegetables, he'd eat 4 to 5 pounds of grass each day.
So hungry that you're eating just the grass off the ground. So you're
what? What the fuck? During service on the French ship, the French. He attempted to eat the severed leg of a crew member hit by a cannon fire before other members of the crew wrestled it from him.
You fucker! Did you fucking eat that? He's just going to eat the man's raw leg.
Why not let him eat it? I mean, other than it's fucking disgusting, but like, what's he going to do with it? This is like this 1800s. They don't have to, they can't put it back.
It must have just been, don't let fucking Charlie eat that. You know, like Charlie's going to eat that leg.
In 1799, the boat was captured by British forces, and the crew were interned in Liverpool, where he shocked his captors with his voracious appetite. Like, what if we captured?
Holy shit! Look at this guy. He was in his prison.
Despite being put on 10 times the usual rations, why are they giving him 10? Like, why do they give a shit? I guess maybe because they're trying to treat him well.
Well, probably because the other people in there is like, no, man. Listen, we're not fucking around.
He will eat us if you don't give him enough food.
You've got to give him food. Like, I don't want to be in here with this guy. He tried to eat this guy's leg. Got blown off. He ate over 100 and some cats last year.
Do any of you speak English? Tell him that they will eat us.
I'm going to eat all the cats.
He ate the prison cat.
The prison prison cat.
At least 20 rats, and would often eat the prison candles. And in one experiment, what I love about these people is like science gets involved and like, well, let's fucking see how much this guy can
like we
eat.
got him in here. Like, I like this. They're POWs, you know, they're treating them fine. It's like,
He ate 16 pounds of raw cow's udder. Who fucking has cow udder laying around? 16 pounds of it.
I don't know. That's the thing about these people. Both of these people, it's all about they wouldn't get sick unless they ate a lot of cooked meat, but they would eat raw meat and never get sick. Eat pounds of like raw meat, weird shit that other people would eat, never get sick, never throw up or anything.
Raw beef and tallow candles and 4 bottles of porter, all of which he drank and ate without defecating, urinating, or vomiting.
He's eating candles. They're feeding them candles. I mean, they're tallow candles, which is just fat, right?
So there's like one doctor. Yeah, I guess it's like a fat. Yeah. So one doctor, this is where it comes from. So he was born at the age of 13, had an unusually large appetite. He was one of 9 brothers.
He's born at the age of 13.
All of whom Domri said suffered. No.
He started off weird.
He was when he started at 13.
He was born a healthy 13-year-old.
All of his brothers apparently had the same condition. Imagine that fucking household.
Oh my God.
Recall his father was a hearty eater and generally ate his meat half boiled, but was too young to recall the quantity. The only illness Domri is aware in his family was an outbreak of smallpox in his youth, which was survived by all the family. Everyone survived. Okay. So despite his unusual diet and behavior in the presence of food, doctors described him as a normal build and tall for the period, 6'3". That's pretty good.
Yep.
He was tall, had long brown hair and gray eyes, smooth-skinned, was described as having a pleasant countenance. What does that mean? A pleasant countenance.
Pleasant countenance. I don't know. Is that like a demeanor?
I don't know. Doctors observed him, saw no signs of mental illness, and although he was illiterate, he was considered normal intelligence. Despite eating vast amounts of food, he never vomited, other than when he was fed large amounts of roasted or boiled meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the same thing with Terrar. If they fed him like a lot of cooked food, he'd get sick, but they'd feed him like just raw beef and...
I mean, it's a demon.
That's a demon.
I don't know a lot, but I know this. It's a demon.
Like I've said this before. If this guy came into your village 200 years ago and just came into town and ate all the cats and all the eggs and all the chickens, you'd be like, we got to figure out what we did to anger the gods, because that guy can't come back because people aren't making it through the winter. Well, this guy just came into town and ate all the eggs, all the candles. He ate all of our candles. We can't even see.
In 1 year, he devoured 174 cats, but not their skins, dead or alive, and says that he had several severe conflicts of interest in the act of destroying them.
Destroying?
That is a quote by testimony of M. Picard, who served with him.
Destroying them.
He had a severe conflict of interest in the act of destroying them by feeling the effects of their torments on his face and hands. Sometimes he killed them before eating, but when very hungry, he did not wait to perform this humane office.
He wouldn't even...
Who's eating cats?
Can you imagine?
You trying to eat a cat alive?
50% of the time, you can't pet a cat without it fucking with you. Can you imagine trying to eat it?
I imagine he just breaks its neck. He's probably...
Well, that's what he's saying. He didn't kill him. He said he just went to eat it. He only killed him part of the time. The other times he just
killed them before eating.
Other times he just ate them alive.
What does that fucking mean? How do you eat a cat alive?
Fucking savage. I mean, I've had a cat that you can't fuck with it. If it thought I was trying to eat it, it would fuck your whole head up. What? The idea of trying to eat a live cat is crazy. And this guy he had it down to a science. Apparently ate hundreds of them. He destroyed them.
It was observed that immediately after going to bed, generally around 8 p.m., he would begin sweating profusely. And after 2 hours lying awake and perspiring, he'd fall asleep before waking at around 1 a.m. extremely hungry, regardless of what he had eaten before going to bed. At this time, he would eat any available food, and if no food was available, he would smoke tobacco. Around 2 a.m., he'd go back to sleep and wake again between 5 and 6, sweating heavily. As soon as getting out of bed, the sweating would cease, starting again wherever he ate. What's weird, this is 1800, which is some fucking rough level struggle shit.
Yeah.
This guy made it work.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah, he laid in a fucking bed. I mean, that sounds like something out of a horror movie.
Because you and I can eat.
Yeah.
Right? I can put away some fucking food. You've seen me eat like 70 fucking dumplings.
Yeah, I've never seen you eat a live cat.
No, but what I mean is, my point is, in 1800, I would presume this man was poor.
Right.
Because most people were.
So yeah, he's in prison right now, and they're giving him 10 times rations, and just being
which he had to have proven to them in some capacity that you have to give me them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Everybody else we're like, no, listen, he's not fucking around. This guy, we don't want to be in here with him. He's trying to eat legs. He will eat anything. Like, so it had to become a thing.
Okay, so by the age of 13, he was in the army, and there was a food shortage, which Domri found intolerable, as you can imagine. He entered the town and surrendered to the French commander. So he just walked in and just surrendered to the French, who rewarded him with a large melon. There you go, buddy.
Yeah, listen, I know we're at war, but I give up.
Which he immediately ate, including the rind. He was then given a wide variety of other foodstuff by the French general, all of which he ate straight away. Listen, Chief.
Listen, I want to defect for food. And then
I imagine they must give him back to the Prussian army. Like, fuck this.
We can't. Well, that's like the same way with the Terrar guy. If they were sending him across enemy lines to eat documents.
Yeah, he would eat. He would eat the documents. He'd put them in a wooden box, which he would then swallow. Apparently, they kept him for a while before they gave him back because they're like, this fucker. I mean, we can't feed him.
He eats so much that they just didn't want him in there.
He was granted double rations and using his pay to buy additional food whenever possible. He nonetheless suffered from extreme hunger. 174 blah 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 cats. Yeah. He preferred raw meat to cooked, while his favorite dish was raw bullock's liver. I don't know what a bullock is.
Bullocks?
He would eat any available meat. A sailor's leg was shot off. Yeah.
Any available meat.
I mean, they're just repeating the thing about when he was caught in prison. The standard ration for a French prisoner was 26 ounces of bread, half a pound of vegetables, 2 ounces of butter, and 6 ounces of cheese. And they gave him 10 times that.
And the dude just was still hungry. Would wake up in the middle of the night trying to eat
and smoke. And if his ration of beer, this is prison. They were given a ration of beer in prison. What's this prison? He would drinking water washed on his food, reduced the waterborne disease. Troops were issued rations of mildly alcoholic beverages. Oh, okay.
Experimental subject.
It is not recorded of what happened to him. He returned to France and Poland, remained in Liverpool, and no one knows. When it came to the attention of Charles Dickens, who wrote of Domri, now it is my opinion that a man like this, dining in public on the stage of Drury Lane, would draw much better than a mere tragedian who chews unstinchable words instead of wholesome beef. Okay,
okay, Dickens.
I don't know what the fuck that means. All right, Dickens. The causes of his appetite is not known. While there are other documented cases of similar behavior from this period, none of the subjects other than Domri's contemporary Terrar were autopsied, and there have been no modern documented cases. No, there's no modern cases of this.
They don't know what's up. This is the experiment they ran where they just decided to see what all he could eat.
They gave him a bunch of stuff. That's like a meal of 5 pounds of beef.
He was awakened and fed 4 pounds of raw cow's udder, which was eaten without hesitation.
What
12 large candles.
Hyperthyroidism can induce an extreme appetite and rapid weight loss. He was suffering from a damaged amygdala or ventromedial nucleus. It's also known as the amygdala can introduce polyphagia.
It said after they fed him all that crazy food, he was recorded as going back to his cell being in particularly high spirits. Like, they just fed me 20 pounds of food. He danced and smoked his pipe and drank another bottle of porter.
Particularly good cheer. Yeah. All right, well, there was that. Okay.
Sorry, that's just crazy to me.
It's crazy to me, too. What's ridiculous is there's no modern cases of it, and there's way more people now. Like, what was going on back then that...
Yeah. It's one of those things like you wonder if... But they had the other guy. So, I mean, Terrar is the first one we found, and this is another guy who they were like...
They're all around the same time. They're contemporaries.
Yeah. And they both...
you also eat?
Can you imagine getting those two guys together? Just go into that army and eat all their food. Like, it's... And
the preference of raw meat.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's a demon.
Raw cow's udder. And then they... Like, if you think of what I was saying earlier, it sounds like something out of a horror movie. And they just eat raw meat and just everything all day. And then they lay down at night and just lay in bed and just sweat. And then just wake up and eat all the fucking candles and smoke a pipe and lay back down and just sweat. Dude, it's crazy. Can you imagine? Yes. I'd be like, I don't...
Fucking hell. All right, well, let's open up the drawer.
Yeah, moving on.
Moving on. Well, in related news, let's open up the medicine drawer.
Okay.
The strange case of a man who couldn't burp for 34 years.
Couldn't burp. Case.
When do you notice that?
Well, what's this you're doing?
I guess 34 years, you'd be like, wait, I haven't. When was the last time I burped?
Couldn't burp.
Do you remember the last time you had hiccups?
I don't get hiccups like full on. Like I'll hiccup like 2 or 3 times.
Sometimes I get too excited because I'm a fucking dog. I'm like a fat dog, and I get some food. I'm like, oh, and I eat it too fast.
Yeah, I do
And then
that.
I get the hiccups.
Yeah, sometimes I do it if I'm not eating in a long time, and then I eat too fast. But I get hiccups for just like it's not any length. Because someone told me years ago I used to get hiccups and like they wouldn't go away. Then someone just told me like, oh, it's just your diaphragm muscle because there's all those crazy things, and they're like, just take a big breath and stretch your stomach out. And I was like, it can't be that simple. And it is, for me anyway, it is. So anytime I get hiccups, I just take a big deep breath and they go away.
My sister apparently had hiccups for months, which I don't know. Did I make this up? My littlest sister, which doesn't.
I've heard of people having them for years.
She had them for months, and the doctor gave her some sort of medicine. Which, what the fuck had that medicine been doing?
Anti-hiccup pills.
But I remember it was months. What?
That'd be awful. I hate a hiccup.
Yeah, but months, But it was like they were pretty sparsed out. Sparsed. This man couldn't burp for 34 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you had to realize that when you're young.
Drinking cola and stuff. I mean,
yeah, because burping, when you're a kid, burping's a big thing. Like you just crack off a burp.
Yeah, now it seems like my tastes for humor have more gone towards farting. I find that to be more my palate.
Yeah. I'll never not laugh at a good burp in a quiet room or a fart.
I like the sound of a can opening in a quiet room.
I like crunching in a quiet room. I like it if it's not. I mean, it's
if you're not being rude. I mean, like if it's someone's trying to watch a movie or something, and you're.
But I remember like being in like high school and stuff, and it'd be really quiet, and someone go like crunch a candy, and for some reason it was so funny to me because it's just what. Yeah, I don't know.
What is there to say about this, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I did find something. Let's get away from this. I found something that pretty much proves to me, anyway, that time machines will eventually be a thing.
Okay,
it's proven.
Man comes back in time.
Do you remember months? I want to say maybe 10, 20 episodes back, because we do these once a week. Who the fuck knows? That here's a map of all the feet that have washed up in Canada so far.
Yep.
So we were like, what the fuck? Why are you starting here? Right? That's why I get painted this world. Well, here's a headline. Why do human feet keep washing ashore in British Columbia? I feel like that headline should have come first.
Right. Instead of here's a map of all the feet.
Right?
Like, whoa.
Apparently more have washed up.
What's going on?
If you guys aren't familiar, apparently severed feet keep showing up in British Columbia.
Yeah.
Like around Vancouver area. And apparently police aren't alarmed. They're like, yeah, that happens.
Because it's the way the water's situated. They're like...
The way that the human body decomposes, like the feet will just pop off the end of the...
Yeah, they pop
especially
off.
if they're in a shoe, like it'll keep them...
Yeah, so they kind of wash up, and the rest of the body's got either sank or chewed up, but the feet kind of just pop off and wash ashore first. So they're finding all these feet. But still, how many people are dying in the water to where there's... But but the thing that was funny is that they started that conversation with, not like, did you know there's all these feet washing up?
And here's why. It's like...
Here's a map of all the feet. It's like, what?
Back up.
Hey, yeah, that headline
Right? I mean,
should
that's
definitely...
timeline. Time machine. Time.
Time. It should have come first. I agree.
Let's open up a different drawer.
Okay.
Speaking of shoes and feet, foreign lands. Israel offended Japan's prime minister by serving him dessert out of a shoe, which Japanese people despise.
No. Okay.
Do they?
I mean, I'm sure.
Why are you serving?
Yeah, first of all, that would be a little odd. I don't care what country you're from.
What are you doing,
if I'm sitting there and someone gives me a shoe full of pudding or something, I'd be like, come on.
You fucking old Greg.
Yeah, if like, what? Like, what is this? Like, there's no bowls available.
And I'm the prime minister. You knew I was coming.
Yeah. But I guess if you explain, like, oh, it's our culture or something, it's a clean shoe.
But it's my culture that this sucks.
Yeah, in my culture, eating out of a shoe is the lowest form of insultery.
In my cartoon culture, we boil shoes up and eat them sometimes. Chief Prime Minister of Cartoon Land. Said, no, I'll eat it.
I'll eat an old boiled boot. Mayor of Cartoon
This
Land.
is an episode where we did a bunch of nonsense at the beginning and it just stingers from then on out. Okay, here's another. Here's open up a drawer of bullshit slash. What? New York quotes human tool quote choose himself a stool.
Human tool.
He's a human tool.
Choose himself a tool. That's
He
like
choose himself a
limerick.
stool. He choose himself like a
stool.
fucking chair. Like I imagine he.
Why don't they call him human beaver?
No, because he's a human tool. He can build all kinds of stuff,
By chewing it out of wood.
and among other things, I guess. He's
I
like,
want to know what this guy. Okay, here's prime candidate for the card because I want to know what this guy does.
well, he clicked. I mean, he clicked. He said, he said, do you want to buy this shitty thing I made? And I don't. Well, let me tell you the history. I chewed that. The reason it's so shitty is because I only use my human body as a tool.
And someone's like, oh, far out.
Yeah, cool, but still don't want it.
You want to buy this shitty thing? It's shitty because I chewed it out of wood. Like a fucking fable. Or something like what the fuck?
What's funny is imagine like him selling it to you is
the world
one thing.
we live in is insane. It's just extremes, dude. There's like, it seems like it anyway.
I agree.
You know, it's like fucking crazy batshit technology on one side. You got fucking sex robots who refuse sex, and then you've got a guy chewing stools out of wood.
What's
who's
crazy,
known as the
man,
human
is someone
tool.
purchased that, right? And they have to defend their purchase. It's not this guy trying to defend his having made it.
Yeah, you got
What
to
is this shitty stool. Yeah, don't sit on that. That's hard.
Yeah, the guy chewed that out of a solid piece of wood, which is a feat. I would like to see that go down.
I imagine if you just go slow at it. What is he? His teeth.
Yeah, I don't feel like my teeth would hold up to that. Like, you
I
know,
chew
some
popsicle sticks and stuff.
yeah, we're both sitting here chomping, seeing how strong our teeth are.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Nice chompers. Here's another one in bullshit.
That was complete bullshit. I like that.
This is definitely complete bullshit.
I'm sure
And
he's
now
not the first human tool.
No, I've known a couple. There's
Yeah.
Here's one. I'm not against gay cartoons.
Okay.
Let me just say that, clear the air right now.
I'm not against, stamp it, I'm not against
What I mean is,
gay
like, I think
cartoons.
us joking about this could come across as offensive. But what
Okay.
you have to understand is I'm going to throw you on this. We're not against gay cartoons.
No, I'm not.
Cartoons can be gay.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I don't
There's
care.
cartoons of all lifestyles.
Right.
But here's the problem I have with it is when you take people, let me just read you this fucking headline.
Okay.
That just got me incensed.
Okay.
Here's a hill I'm going to die on. People are debating whether Tony the Tiger is canonically queer after Pride Month tweet.
What?
Why are we trying to figure out whether Tony the fucking Tiger is gay? That's like someone came out,
Yeah.
there was a big article about that new Solo movie, about Lando is actually pansexual. It has nothing to do with the movie. They're like, well, we're coming down hard and saying that this is a thing. Make pansexual characters. Make gay tigers.
Cartoons. Yeah.
Why are you trying
Why
to
trying to
claim-
find it in other things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Turns
Yeah.
out the Red Ranger. Well, actually, it did turn out the Blue Ranger was gay. The actor, anyway.
Oh, you're saying the Red Ranger? I didn't know what you were talking about.
Power
for a second.
Rangers.
Yeah, Power
It's
Rangers.
morphin' time. That's more my speed. I know you're an old man.
I know. I missed that.
Yeah, you're all G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And I'm Power Rangers and
Yeah.
Pokemon.
That'd be like, yeah, Snake Eyes is like, how do you know?
And what does it matter?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay if you want to identify yourself.
If the guy who created, or the person who created Tony the Tiger came out and said he's a gay carapan, whatever it was, then it'd be like, okay, fine.
Sure, I'd be less against that, but I'd still be a little bit against that. It's like when Jake, I'm not against it. I just think it's stupid. Because, like, for example, Dumbledore is gay. The Harry Potter wizard. But it's not said in the books, and it's not an important part of his character.
That's right.
She afterwards was like, by the way, so, like, she didn't have the balls to make a gay wizard, maybe the main, like, most powerful.
In the book.
Like, that's one thing.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But to be like, oh, by the way, I know that people will support this.
I see. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's stupid.
Yeah.
Right? Which isn't what this is. People, and also, you have to fucking take a hard look at yourself in the mirror. All right? All right, Queen? Look at yourself and think, is it important whether Tony the Tiger is gay or not?
Yeah.
Is that important to me? Am I going to die on that hill?
Are you going to die on that stool you chewed out of wood?
Imagine the people like getting into a heated debate about that because, like, you know, there's people having a heated debate about like whether Palestine is really, you know, has a legitimate land grab. It's a blah, blah, blah. Those are things I can maybe get behind. Okay, yes. Taiwan's not part of China. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
Tony the fucking Tiger is gay, and I will go to my grave.
I will fucking kill you over it. Right. That's the part. It's like, choose your battles. I get, yeah. Right? For sure.
Yeah,
Completely.
And also, who's looking to fucking cereal mascots for? Because then maybe the article, then maybe
To me, that's another case of, okay, like you said, okay. Like, it's one of those things like, okay. At the same time, I feel like, what are you doing? Like, this is your day? This is your, like, you're telling me you go to work, you go to a 9-to-5 job, and then you get off, and this is your fucking, this is what I got to do tonight.
Well, what's weird, what I always think, and it's hard not to be, and maybe you feel the same way as me, the world we live in, which this podcast shines a real fucking light on it, is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Right? So for you to come down hard on anything is really nonsense. It's all fucking apathy.
Yeah.
Like,
We're all just flying through a void, man. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's close that drawer.
All right.
Let's open up a new drawer. Science.
Here we go.
Sharks love jazz, but are stumped by classical, says scientist.
Stumped.
What is Bill?
What face does a stumped shark make?
I'm going to say something fucking crazy.
The same fucking face a shark always makes.
I imagine jazz probably has more brass instruments.
Okay.
And that probably is something a shark can understand. But classical, all stringed instruments.
Just the sound, the tone, the feeling it gets, the vibrates its lateral line a certain way.
I was going to say something like a stringed instrument isn't something a shark can understand, like the bow, but they're not looking at it.
No, they don't understand any of it.
They love jazz. Did you listen to me?
You love it. They love it.
Are you paying attention?
I want to know, did they just fucking ask the shark? That's what all my mind always
Sharks
goes.
get real fucking horny when you play jazz.
Oh, man.
I want to fuck other sharks.
I'm going to wax poetic on the fucking, how many teeth I got. Shark.
But they're stumped by classical.
Stumped.
This is an
That's the
example
word I
of,
love.
do you remember we talked about...
Stumped.
Do you remember we there was like guppies? They said like guppies have different personalities or something. And we were like, no, they don't. But then we actually clicked that article and it was something like the way that they respond to stimuli. Like they'll scare these guppies and then like some of them will be kind of brave. And how fast they came back out from having hid
Yeah.
shows that they have different sort of... There were
Traits.
different,
Right.
different responses to stimuli did prove
Yeah,
they
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the sharks aren't responding to stuff. It's the way these things are worded that kills me.
Sharks love jazz.
Sharks love jazz and they're stumped.
Sharks love jazz.
Sharks love jazz, a t-shirt. Sharks love jazz.
Don't you tell me they don't. Sharks love jazz.
There's another band name, the Jazz
Tony
Sharks.
the Tiger is fucking gay, and sharks love jazz.
Sharks love jazz.
All right, man.
Hard fucking stance.
It would be funny if you bundle that in with other stuff that is legit.
Yeah.
Like
Sharks love jazz.
You should. Antibacterial soap is not important. It doesn't have to be. The fucking trickle sand is making problems for people.
Vaccines.
The vaccines are important. You know.
Yeah. Vaccines don't cause autism.
Don't cause herd immunity is important. Antibiotics, you need to make sure you take the whole round of them because it causes immunity and drugs. In germ strains, sharks love jazz, and Tony the Tiger is gay.
Like, well, okay.
I was with you for a lot of that.
Yeah, I kind of fell off towards the end.
You got to bundle. Like that's got to be in the middle. But
That's how they pass laws, man.
dude, I feel like we are on the fast path to insanity.
Sure.
This podcast. What I mean is, we look at this stuff. We're looking at the fucking barrel. We're looking straight down the barrel of like insanity. I keep pointing at the wall, but you know what I'm saying. The gun is pointing in my face. It's ready to fucking blast me. Of just like sharks love jazz.
I don't know. That's what you're like, why don't you sleep? This is a lot of times why. Like, I literally just sitting there, no music, in total silence, and my head is going 1,000 miles an hour. I'm just thinking I'm like, what the fuck's that mean?
You've come across, and I'm kind of tertiarily involved. There's this YouTuber named Food Dip. He was food use. We've probably talked about him before on the podcast, but he's this fucking Cuban guy or
Something.
Indian.
I'm
He's
not
some
sure.
sort
Yeah,
of
yeah.
brown, and he's a big fat guy who reviews food
Yeah.
in his car. One of those YouTube guys.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is it's kind of like a Prairie Home Companion or like a...
There's so many layers
Welcome
to
to
it.
Night Vale, where it's a little keyhole, which friend of the show, Zach, has always mentioned.
Yeah.
It's a keyhole into this man's life, which is bizarre.
Right. That's the things like I try to tell people sometimes that I'm into. And the thing is, if you just put it and watch it for a second, you're just like, it's just a guy eating food in his car.
But there's so
But
much
if you
more.
watch, this is the guy that I found. Because I've probably said this before on the thing, but this is the one that I found this dude back when he was with another guy who's not on there anymore called Big Papa.
Big Papa.
And I found this guy at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Somehow stumbled across it, and these two guys popped up on the screen and started like eating food and talking to each other. And I was like, "This." And then the next day, I was like, "Sam, I need you to watch something."
Big Papa's definitely the thing, but the thing about this guy is he just eats food, but he's clearly addicted to the food.
Yeah.
And he uses these videos as an excuse to eat the food, which seems like everyone in his life is saying, Bob.
Don't eat the food.
Is his name Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob from Food. He's Food Dip.
Yeah.
He's a fucking food dip. and he right back at you. He doesn't. He just
Because
says,
his channel used to be called Food Use, which we said is probably the most perfect name for a YouTube channel where someone eats food. It's just called Food Use.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
there was a whole fucking behind the scenes falling out that we can't get into here, where he had to delete his channel.
But then, like, he'll have these fucking people that he meets. He says he meets them on the street, and they buy him McDonald's, and they watch him eat it.
He
and
sits in the car and eats like 2 hamburgers while just a guy that looks like Drew Carey watches him eat. And it's just,
But there's so much more going on.
Yeah.
It's not just a food review channel. That's why I'm saying we should be performance artists. I feel like that's the fucking angle, you know?
yeah, okay.
Anyway, let's do one more, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay.
U.S. Army researchers, no, wrong. Millionaire teen.
Complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
These are oddly combined. We're going to do 2.
Okay.
Weird. I didn't even do this on purpose, but fuck, there's a through line here. I somehow pasted one article in the middle of another.
Oh.
That's why I'm confused. U.S. Army. I figured out what the first article is. That's in the middle of the second article. But the second article is in the middle of the first article. U.S. Army researchers think 3 armed super soldiers are the future of combat.
3 armed, like comic book dudes.
I've been saying this for fucking. Turn the tapes back.
You have. You've
I've been saying,
give us
don't
more.
give people who lost a leg a robot leg. They've proven they can't handle legs.
What? You can't come hard down on. You can't come down hard on the. Hey, listen. You lost your leg in battle, so you don't deserve to have legs. That's no, no.
You had one good set.
Oh, what? You got blown up against your will?
Misuse.
Yeah, that's not how we use legs in our army.
Or like they've been given like prosthetics to like turtles and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I saw this didn't make
Where
it.
they give elephants new feet.
This didn't make it to a show, but some fucking vet took a frog out of a snake and then gave the frog CPR. I'm like, where do we draw the line?
Yeah, that's just nature happening, right?
You gotta live, frog, but snake, you don't have to learn to eat.
Snake's like, man, that's what I do. I was living, now I gotta go eat something else.
So what I'm saying is, like, don't use science to give a frog more legs. Give snakes legs. See what they do. Give frogs wings.
Yeah.
Give men more arms.
Sure, I'm behind that mad
I want more
science
balls.
lunacy.
What happened? Do something.
Yeah, a snake with legs would be hilariously devastating.
I think it really would want arms.
A snake with arms.
It doesn't really need legs. It needs arms.
2 big arms.
Just fucking like Trogdor.
Just running. It would just run around punching and grabbing.
Okay, I didn't mean the thing about men don't deserve legs.
Right, I got you. Yeah, yeah.
But I want, if the technology exists that you can have the fucking nerve endings and you can control a fucking hand,
give me extra
give
arms.
me another hand.
We've talked about that with having like extra hands or extra fingers and stuff.
There's the extra thumb thing that's been on the internet.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's
controlled by your feet, I think. It's controlled by your toe. You squeeze your foot and then your hand closes.
You got an extra thumb over on your, yeah.
They show people grabbing stuff, but they don't really explain why you'd want it.
Yeah.
An extra arm I can get behind. I want a fucking prehensile tail with a hand on the end of it.
Okay.
There's a Pokemon like that, and I want it. Now, so we've said that. The U.S. says that's the future of combat, which is a fucking U.S. military. There's some top brass who's fucking men who stare at goats level insanity.
Yeah.
You seen that movie?
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, we're going to give our soldiers acid and have them fucking try to kill goats with their minds.
It's great.
Which there's a whole movie about that. It explores that, which is definitely something that we would normally have
And
talked
that's
about.
something that happened.
It's real.
Yeah.
They locked these men in rooms in the desert. They gave them acid and they like kill that goat with your brain.
Yeah. There's
goddamn.
a lot of shit with fucking acid, man.
So there's U.S. Army thinks that. Now here's the other article that I found that I didn't realize was attached to it, but here it is. Millionaire teen
Okay.
builds functional Dr. Octopus suit.
Whoa. See, I'm on board with that. That's what I would do if
Millionaire teen. He's not fucking around. He's not a do-nothing guy.
No.
He said,
he's like, I got money. I want to make a Doc Ock suit.
I'm going to be a goddamn engineer, and I'm going to fucking be a criminal.
Because that was a military suit to start with.
What I love about that, too, is like, this world, there is no Spider-Man to stop me.
Right. I'm Doc Ock. But you know what we play up in reality a lot more?
Shooting.
Yeah. Bullets. Bullets. They're highly effective in real life.
Blam.
Just a dude running around in a Doc Ock suit raising hell.
That's
Just
an Onion article right there.
take the shot. You know, and it's easier done.
Man who builds realistic Dr. Octopus suit.
Shot.
Well, after realizing Spider-Man doesn't exist in our world, goes on crime spree, is killed by guns because he forgets that bullets exist.
Right.
What are we going to click here?
Oh, there's some good ones there.
There's a lot of good stuff.
There's some good ones there.
We know about the human feet. There's the man who can't burp. There's the human tool.
I like human tool.
All right, choose himself a stool. Let's play the game.
Human tool, choose himself a tool. I can't even say that. It's like a tongue twister. Human tool, choose himself a stool. Look at him. Look at him gnawing it.
Oh, 5 minutes. Oh, get out of here.
Pop-ups. Good Lord.
Continue this time. That's what he should have said.
Continue.
Here's the gallery.
I mean, it looks like something a beaver would make.
That's not a great... Fair go. That's not a great looking stool there. This fucking website is...
He's having a go at him.
Technically, this is a stool. Hey,
They're fucking putting him on blast. That's great.
this is an editorial? This one's censored. I know it's not. Entirely chewed out of hand-felled wood. It looks like something someone chewed on.
I mean, it looks like something a beaver would make. It looks like stuff beavers chewed on that you put together into a stool, doesn't it?
Listen to this fucking cheeky website. These bastards, just tell us that he did it. I don't need to hear your fucking sass. Nick Bentel chewed himself a stool. How was your weekend? Fuck you.
What?
Yeah, we're sitting here saying it's stupid, but you're the news.
Yeah. If they were like, if I did this, I don't know, maybe he's got a good sense of humor about it. Probably not.
I say fuck you to this website.
He's not wearing
So the
socks.
slow food movement is all about appreciating the process of cooking. Where are we going?
What?
So perhaps we can call this the slow stool movement. I'm gonna executive decision, say fuck you to this website and let's get out.
They're being too sassy. Why be sassy?
The amount of sass.
Wait, what? 3 days of bleeding gums and splintered fingertips later, he finished becoming the world's preeminent stool chewer.
Okay, this has been another episode of the Royal We.
Lord,
I wanna thank
sometimes
Kishibashi.
we can't get the time back. Sometimes that's exactly what we thought.
Hey man, we can never get the time back. Sometimes I can.
Sometimes continue this time. Fucking for the pop up, I had a fucking mouth on it.
Yeah, it was like an ad blocker, like, hey man, you gotta pay for this website. And then the thing to continue is like, continue this time.
Fuck you. Not anymore.
I want to thank Kishibashi for letting us use his song intro. So that's Pathos off his album 151A. Thank you, Kishibashi. I want to thank you guys for sending in headlines.
Yeah.
Oh, my voice cracked a little bit. If you guys want to send us headlines, and you should, you guys can do that at Royal WeCast on Twitter or royalwecast@gmail.com. Gmail. Also, if you have a podcast and you listen to our podcast and you want us to be on your podcast, let's make that work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bunch of free time showing up soon.
Yeah.
I quit my job. And I said, I'm going to make a fair go of it. I'm going to learn this goddamn Chinese.
I'm going to grow a 12-inch beard and chew my own stools.
For some reason, I didn't know what you were about to grow. That was 12 inches. I was like, what are you about to grow? I'm going to grow a 12-inch. I was like, you can grow it?
Belly made a noise.
Good night, Dad.
Chewing your own stools doesn't immediately sound like what you think it is.
I mean, this was called Human Tool.
Human tool.
Oh, do we want to do a song?
Choose own stool. I mean, that song writes itself. It's already rhyming.
What's the melody?
I don't know. Boom chicken. Well, it's to...
It's like a fucking crooner.
Human tool.
It chooses to, mama.
What a yeah.
When sharks love, you know what they say? Sharks love jazz. Tigers are gay. All right, well, this is fucking stupid. It didn't work. It didn't work an episode ago.
Didn't work this time. We hope you have the time of your life.
Good night.
Green Day.
Well, let me tell you the history. I chewed that.